Man, I can't believe I'm here. For as long as I can remember, years ago, this right here, this was the dream. This was the top tier dream. This was something that I've been wanting. This is something that I've had my eyes on for years. This moment right here is something that I'm sharing with you guys. I'm sharing with my supporters. This moment right here is something special. Rewind back to when I started riding, when I started watching motorcycle content, when I started watching moto vlogs. This bike here, this bike was everything. At one point, I said to myself, I know one day I will have this bike. That bike will be mine one day. Many times I got close to it, but it just wasn't my time. It's my time now. It's my time now. It's my time to go after everything and anything that I want. And that's exactly what I did. Wow, man. Wow, I'm at a loss for words. It still hasn't fully set in just yet. This bike here, this machine, this bike here is everything. This bike is the top tier. You can't really go or get any better than this here. Follow along with me and I'll take you through the process, and I'll take you and I'll start you from the beginning. Yo, what's up, bro?
What's up, Randy? I'm glad you answered. I just got off the phone with Joe, and I've got something that I personally feel that you need to take delivery on.
Oh, yeah? What's that?
I do. I feel very strongly about it.
I value your advice and your opinion then, so.
Okay, I appreciate it, tough guy. Okay, so on that note, my good friend, I found you the bike that you need to call these guys and put a deposit on as soon as possible, because there's two other guys looking at this bike. The reason why I feel so strongly about this bike, Randy, is because it is completely 100% done. You have to do nothing to this bike. So all these miscellaneous things that would cost you more money, exhaust brand, tuning, wheels, blah, 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 it's already done.
What?
We got a 2021, but if I were you, I would call up there and talk to Joe. I would, think about it first, but make a move by tomorrow if you can, or because he's got two guys looking at it.
Yeah, definitely, man. I appreciate you reaching out. I am, honestly, I went through it in my mind last night.
You excited, bro?
Man, I'm hella excited right now. I'm trying to hold it back right now, but you already know, we already know what it is.
You had dreams last night?
You know what it is. Excuse me, sir, are you from Ohio?
Wow. No, I ain't from Ohio.
You ain't from Ohio? What's that logo you got on your hoodie there?
Oh, and this is gonna be known worldwide. Remember this, trifecta, that's who started it. 3.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. But we are going to Ohio. Why are we going to Ohio, though?
Y'all gonna have to stay tuned. I don't know if it's on my face, but y'all gonna have to stay tuned. We got somebody else in there. We got a straggler in there too. We got a straggler in the back. This is Pennsylvania for you. What size tank is this?
30 gallon.
30-gallon tank. So we only put a $1.20 in there, and I'm guessing that's gonna be like 3/4 of a tank, maybe, or it might be right up under full. But this is getting a little bit ridiculous.
destination will be on the left.
And here we are.
So we out here in Ohio. We're picking up Randy's new bike. He's gonna reveal that to y'all soon. But I'm excited for him. This has always been a dream of his, you know, something he's talked about since the beginning of our riding careers and our video careers. But I'm happy for him. Like I said, this is a big move for bro. You already know, nothing but great news happening. That's what we're gonna keep pushing. Straight positivity, straight great content, and you know the rest.
And there it is, right out front.
Your destination is on the left.
Guys, so this is a different kind of video. I'm not behind the camera. Things are about to change. I'm actually about to go into Sills BMW. I'm up here in Cleveland, Ohio, and I'm about to take delivery of a dream bike. This thing has been on my mind ever since I started riding. I can't explain to you exactly what I'm feeling right now, but just understand things are changing. Things are going to look different. And follow along with me on this journey because it's been a long time coming. It's been years getting to this point to come purchase a new motorcycle. So if you guys aren't subscribed to my channel, hit the subscribe button, turn on the post notifications because I'm about to turn things up just a little bit. But I'm about to go in here, I'm about to talk to my man Joe, and we're gonna see who else we can meet here. Hopefully we can meet Zach. And shout out to Joe from Sills BMW up here in Cleveland. Hit him up for any new BMW. Hit him up for anything. He's been a great help. He locked down this deal for me, as well as my guy 650 Eve from the Cleveland area. Follow him, subscribe to his channel as well. I think everyone in the motorcycle community knows exactly who Eve is. I'm not really gonna go too far into it because I tell him all the time exactly what he means to the riding community. But I'm gonna say this. He kind of put this into action as well. He kind of gave me a little alley-oop to purchasing this motorcycle. So nonetheless, let's go in here. Let's get this paperwork done. Let's get going.
Scheduled out pretty far. Yeah. So, I think we're booking up until August already. Well, like if anybody buys something, you already do it.
This is what I really want, bro.
Yeah, so we'll sit down, we'll do paperwork. Then I'll get my guy to write up a temp tag. It's not a big deal. It's on him. While we go over the bike. I won't go over it here. This is just so then we'll go and go over it. You said we can inbox and stuff too. Okay? Whenever you're ready.
I'm ready, man. Yeah.
Oh, that's Ken. He just re-wrapped it. It was a surprise.
Oh,
that's Ken who's selling the mirrors.
Yeah. Is he? I hope he got cash out. Shit, I might have to run to the damn thing.
I think he got Venmo.
These are his, the dude that just pulled up, right?
Yeah, there's the bags. dropped off.
Yeah, that was nice. Yeah, the fact bolts.
Yo, this lens.
Yeah, crispy.
Crispy.
Nothing but the best.
What's up, Squid? Yeah. I've known Ken for a while.
It looks familiar though.
I want you to have this. Any authorized dealer can run this at any time. This is a vehicle history of the current second tones of the vehicle. Recalls, how it was ordered, what the color codes are, packages, and everything. That's what it got warranty registered. 33 or 36,000, so it's up a warranty, factory warranty on 9/17/24. Or 36K, whatever.
I was trying to sell all my fairies.
Yeah, it's like I've been to a couple private trades.
Having a place this size holds some value too, though. You know, you're not walking into a jumbo dealership where there's
Yeah,
billions of dollars. It's like you said, it's you can get some hospitality here. At least feel like you are versus going in like a cookie cutter kind of.
exactly.
Like
I do.
Big dealership.
We
Like,
do our best to
let's hurry up and get you out of here for this money.
act as rider to rider instead of salesman.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. We are riders. This way we can be quiet.
Right.
Not that road, noise outside is just too loud. Let's go to video, let's go to me talking.
I was fucking jumping. VIP.
You want to get this go over the bike done now, and then
Alright.
and then it'll give time to you guys hang out and keep and do whatever you want to do.
All right.
Hey man.
Hey man.
We'll see.
See you, bro. You know.
Wait, are you live streaming? Don't live stream nothing.
We ain't doing that today.
Nothing on live today. Nobody
need to-
knew.
we need
If
to
somebody
stay-
sees me in Pittsburgh
we
with
need
this
to
bike,
stay-
just act like you did not
We need
see
to stay
me at all.
exclusive for like at least a couple days.
You ready?
Yep.
All right. So when I go over the bike, I do my best to give you all the tips and tricks that I have for the TFT display, and mainly making the customer understand how to navigate the display. Everything else you kind of can figure out and go through the manual as well.
Right.
Okay, seat lock here, pretty simple. Key it in, open it up. While the bike's still under warranty, you also have a 3-year, 36,000 mile roadside assistance as well. See the sticker right here? There's a 1877 number. If you are anywhere in the United States and you need a tow, call that number, give them your VIN, and they'll take you to the nearest BMW dealer free of charge. Yep, while you're still under factory warranty. This is the, I don't know if you want to call it OBD2 port. This is the plug that flashed through. This is the plug that plugs into the BMW service computers and everything, so that's important. Be mindful it's there. Simple ignition, although it is a canvas wiring system. Bars all the way to the left. On the right switch, you're going to have engine kill or run, and your start switch. Your electronic ride modes button, we'll go over that, and then your heated grips menu. High, medium, low, off. Heated grips are awesome. Over on this switch, you got a lot of buttons going on. Up here you have cruise control. We'll go over that with the display on. Cruise control on, off, set, resume is all here. You have 2 menus. Menu button here, up and down. This is called your jog wheel. You'll also see that written in the manual. It spins forward and backwards, and it pushes right and left. You can flip it from the front, it's just opposite. So everything that we navigate left and right is done with the jog wheel, spinning as well, and then up and down is still select up and down. Over here is your traction control button, on-off button here, 4-way hazards indicator. This is a traction control button that has to do with the Ride Modes Pro and only works in Ride Modes Pro. Go over that. Turn signals, left and right, push to cancel. They are self-canceling. So if you make a corner, it'll use a lean angle and bank angle sensors to shut off over time, or merging under acceleration to shut off. But so you will hopefully never forget to leave them on. Sometimes. Okay, so self-canceling turn signals on the BMW standard. Okay, on your home screen, you're going to see a gear indicator in the bottom right, tachometer. Red line's going to be just over 14. When the engine is cold, the red line will be low. If I start it, you'll see it warm up as it goes. Top right, you have your electronic ride modes, what ride mode you're currently in. Pushing the mode activates ride modes. Pushing will change. Between your standard modes are rain, road, dynamic, which is kind of sport, and race, which is on the last gen used to be called slick. So there was actually it was race and then slick, and now it's dynamic and it's race. Okay. There's 4 other modes under the Ride Modes Pro selection. We'll get into that later. To adjust that, I want you to push up on the menu button, and I'm going to have you do it so you get used to it. So right now that was intake temp sensor, miles till empty, gas gauge, odometer, trip 1. Okay, so there's more, and I'll show you. There's a trip 2, average miles per gallon 1. Press it again. There's a number 2 of everything. These are your tire pressure monitoring sensors. When it is rolling, it'll read. The left is the front tire pressure. The right side is the rear tire pressure. So when you're rolling, if you were to take off now and you probably got maybe to the middle of the street, maybe a little farther, it would read the sensors rolling and it would give you your tire pressure. It's awesome. So this is a lot of, this is your My Vehicle settings. So up in the top left corner, it says check OK in green. That means there's no fault codes, there's no check engine lights, there's no low tire pressure, there's no messages there to be had. This bike with the canvas wiring system is pretty smart. They're not just going to throw an FI code and have you go plug it into the dealer, although that's what needs to be done. Something as simple as you have low tire pressure in the front. When you turn your bike on or when that message pops up, a message will take up the entire screen. Okay? It will tell you what's wrong and then it goes away. If you were to go down into there, it would no longer say check OK, it would say you have one message. Notice over here that there's sub-menus. 1, 2, 3, 4 sub-menus. There'll be a 5th that there is a message. You can go back and read your messages. It could be something like you have low oil pressure. You have something wrong with your electrical system. A bulb's out. Low tire pressure. It will tell you what's happening. People ask me, what happens on an annual service? Well, it depends on the bike, and it depends on what service was done last. For example, a 6K service on this is essentially a glorified oil change. If you reach the annual service before the 6K was done, they would probably replace engine oil only. The next service is 12K, which is a little more than that. I think they do brake fluid because it's every 2 years or 10K, whatever comes first kind of thing. But if you reached 8,800 miles and you didn't reach 12K, they'll say, okay, annual service is engine oil and not brake fluid. So it depends on what was done last. Okay? But if you keep hitting your service intervals, your 6, 12, 18, 24 repeats, you don't need annual service. All right, I want you to push over 1 and then go down into sport. Yeah, and then press it. Yep. Okay, so this is just another screen you can ride in. This one's going to give you a little more telemetry data. On the right side is braking, how much brake you're squeezing. It won't show it now. The big bar will be current, and then the little bar will be last. So if you broke to a 4, it would be a 4 the next time you do it. Okay. Lean angle is in the middle, left and right max, and current is in the middle of that. And then traction control. If you are slipping the rear wheel, how much it intervenes will tick up a bar there. Right? And then you obviously speedometer went up here, and RPM gauge is there. It's what you're feeling like today. If you want to change your display and ride in that, you can do it all day. The only thing you can't do is you can't make that home. And then I want you to give it 3 pushes over.
To the right?
Yep. Sorry. So you got nav, media, and telephone. They're not highlighted. 2 things have to happen to make these highlight. You have to go into connections and you have to connect. Actually, 3 things have to happen. You connect your smartphone to the TFT display via Bluetooth. You have to have some kind of Bluetooth headset. There's guaranteed full functions with everything if you have the newest headsets out, like the Sena 50S or like the Pack Talk Bold, stuff with dual core processors, right? Because it can handle more things. Okay. But if you connect your phone, those still won't highlight because it's got nothing to read it to. There are no speakers like on a GTL. All right, so you have to connect your phone, you have to connect the Bluetooth to the TFT, and you also have to download BMW Motorrad Connected app. It's free. That's when you download the app, that's when you get the turn-by-turn directions through that app. Force it forward. Feel that?
Mm-hmm.
That cancels cruise control. It's electronic ride-by-wire. There's no throttle cable here, so there's no play. This cancels cruise control. Yep, for that little bit of... So in my eyes, if you're gonna cancel cruise control, if you were to grab the brake, it'll start engine braking. So under a non-emergency situation, that's the right way to do it. You're gonna close it and then roll back on. In an emergency situation, you're probably gonna grab the brake, right? So, but yes, this is another way to close cruise control. Like I said, ride-by-wire or electronic throttle, there's no play. Quick shifter and auto blipper. You know how to use them? You've used them before? Of course. Okay. Very smooth, up and down. On the newest generation, the older generations, if you were cruise controlling and you quick shifted, it would throw you out of cruise. You can quick shift under cruise control and it stays on. And auto blip. So if you're in 5th gear and cruise control at 70 and you just want to shift, you can shift and it won't throw you out of cruise. You know, a few years back they would. Okay. Let's go down into your Ride Modes Pro and turn that on, and this is where it gets in depth here. Yep, settings. So you'll follow the arrow, push down. Okay, and scroll all the way up. Okay, go to racetrack and you're gonna push right to check that box. You're gonna get a message, it's gonna say, under this mode, you basically lose nav, media, and telephone. All connectivity functions are shut off in Race Pro 1. Okay, so go ahead and go down to OK and say, okay, I accept. All right. Now, you got this little plug. On the older generations, like 2016s, there was a physical plug. You picked up the seat and plugged it in. It was a memory card. You could edit the Ride Modes Pro to user menu without the plug, but as soon as you turn the ignition off, it would default. So the plug was just a memory card. They kept the symbol. It's fine, but it's all built in now. There's no plug. Mm-hmm. Go down into configure for me and push over. On a factory bike, the Race Pros actually wouldn't be checked, but you had it checked. When you check that, your ride modes go from rain, road, dynamic, and race to race 1, 2, and 3. Race here under factory tune and race there, same thing. Can't edit it. But Race Pro 1, 2, and 3 are customizable user modes you can call on the fly. Okay, here's your 3 modes you can choose. So let's push over to go into 1, Race Pro 1. You can edit under each mode: engine power response, engine braking, traction control, wheelie control, anti-lock brakes, and electronic suspension. Okay, so go into engine. We won't go through all of them, but I'll show you what they are. So go into engine. Source is going to tell you where it's pulling the source from. On level 1, it's like they're pulling the power from race, which gives you optimized throttle response and max torque. Go ahead and spin the wheel. Yeah, so dynamic, this is what's happening in dynamic. Optimized throttle response, reduce engine torque in the lower gears. Scroll again, will be like road, and the next one will be like rain. So you can customize, you could make the ABS like race, the traction control like dynamic, and the power like rain. And call upon this as you choose. So it's really customizable. It's very customizable. I want you to go down to wheelie. DTC is also known as dynamic traction control in the BMW world. Okay, scroll it all the way up. In rain, you have maximum stability. It's essentially this has a 6-axis IMU, so it's essentially like full-blown anti-lift control. It sees any type of wheel height, retards ignition time, and goes back down. That's like how it is in rain. Scroll it back, and you'll see that it's like it'll start to say high wheelie possible. You skipped one, that's all right. High wheelie possible, middle support. The race, they're going to give you slight wheelie possible, but it'll keep it. It doesn't wheelie for you, but it allows it to come up higher and higher. It's a customizable wheelie control. Most bikes don't have that. They just have anti-lift control. And then if you dial it all the way back, it's going to say no support. And go down to ABS. This one's pretty important as well. Go to ABS, and I want you to spin it all the way forward. This will help you understand what ABS is doing in each of these modes. In rain, you have front ABS, rear ABS. It is a linked brake system, so that's distribution to rear. Right, so it's how much they are sending into each other. Anti-rear lift, anti-stoppy. On the track, we come down the straights real fast, and we auto blip and downshift from 6 down to 2nd to make a hairpin turn. And we're on the brakes hard. We don't want the rear to come up. That's bad. So it's like anti-stoppy control essentially. And then the last one is ABS Pro. Because of the IMU, these bikes have cornering ABS, meaning anti-lock brakes will work under lean conditions. Most standard traditional ABS will not. Scroll down. DDC is dynamic dampening control or electronic suspension. From here, let's go ahead into there. What you can do from here, this is a semi-active front suspension. You have dampening, front dampening. You can adjust rear compression or rebound for the rear shock under each mode. Okay. So then editing that however you want, and then selecting it on the menu gives you what you just put on there at any time. So it's a customizable map, essentially. Now, only notice how race, this goes away. Only in race 1, 2, and 3 will you get your traction control setting. That's where this button comes into play. +7, this is how it's been on the last generation, will be the sensitivity of traction control, how much it's intervening. 0 being at a nice medium, and it actually goes down to -7. It's still on. It'd be bad if it wasn't, but it's very minimal. Pushing and holding this button will turn it off at any time in any mode. On a BMW, you have an ABS and a traction control light. These are blinking. They are self-check. They will always be blinking until you are moving. Okay. If they're solid, it's because you turned it off or there's a problem with the system. Luckily, this bike's smart enough. If there was a problem with like the ABS system, it'll also tell you at check engine. It'll say, hey, there's something wrong with your ABS system. So if you see this, turning traction control off anytime, you push and hold that, it will stay solid. And when you are riding around, if you see it solid, you have it off. This is let's wheelie, let's do clutch ups. There's no, not gonna save you when you hit a tar snake. It's gonna be off. To turn it back on, push and hold again, it goes back on. It will always default to off when the key, or to on. Traction control will default to on when the ignition is cycled on and off. Okay? Any questions?
Yeah, he
You got to go, you know the up, down, left, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
No questions, no. I'll go through the video and
Sure.
I'll figure it
And
out.
everything I talk about, I can talk fast and a lot.
Even then, you got to use it to
Only
figure it
this
out.
one.
You have to, just like your cell phone.
It's a lot. You
You don't just
Yeah. But it's a 4-stroke gasoline engine with a manual transmission.
Right.
You want, if you're a GP shift guy, it's this simple. Uncover this, there's a bolt, move it to there, you got a GP shift.
Yes, sir.
Well deserved.
Yes,
Well
sir.
deserved, and a great choice of motorcycle. Great choice, man.
Appreciate you, man.
There she comes. Uh-oh. Am I giving it away?
No, you're good. It's been the dream for years.
Wow. I'm glad to see it come through, man. And it could have been a better bike, man. You're going to love this thing. For everything that it's got. You got the forged wheels? Nice. Don't try to give me the smackdown now, man. You got, you got the weight advantage. You got forged wheels.
You already know you're in trouble, bro.
Yeah.
Let's see it. Oh, kick punted someone's water.
Yep, and then you just push it down.
say I'm shocked cause I'm hardly surprised. This one's for the ride, this one's for who knew I'd make it, just needed some time. This one's for my wife, could've left 1,000 times just to by my side. This one's for the grind.
Straight out.
Congrats, bro. Fucking S1000, bro. The fuck?
As a matter of fact, I'm gonna look at my V4R rear sets and see the same thing that it's up on that higher level.
How you doing, man? Hunter.
Hey, this is
Nice to
Hunter.
finally meet you. I always see you on YouTube all the time, bro. Yeah.
He's actually in my Motul video coming out tomorrow on the YouTube.
Yes, sir.
I made an Instagram story telling folks I was coming to PA. and the first person that met me there would get a Motul wristband / reservoir sock. There was $100 inside. So somebody saw my Instagram story and met me down here in beautiful downtown or Overlook or wherever the hell we're at in Pittsburgh. My good buddy Hunter, what'd you get?
Let's get this $100 in the bank. Shout out 650 for that.
Yes, sir.
Shout out Motul.
Yes, sir.
Got my brake reservoir cover now.
A reservoir cover.
I didn't have one.
Or as I call it, or wristband, yeah. Now you got that.
Original, let's go.
That's awesome, man. Thanks for coming out and riding your bike on this beautiful night.
Yes, sir. Yeah. Oh, no, it's nice.
Cool. What's up, Zach? Randy.
Hey, what's up?
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
See you all the time on YouTube as well.
Right on. So he just bought.
So you got the
Yes, sir. Cool.
And this is Corey. He's also from
Corey?
He's got an H2.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I'm one of the newer ones for gauges.
We're talking about the H2. I mean, you kind of gave me the alley-oop on this one. I kind of gave you the alley-oop on the H2, man.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
Yeah, no worries, man. Look at that.
That's cool, yeah. Enjoy the bike. Yeah, Zach, we've known that bike since out of the crate, and every part that is on that bike, Zach installed. All right, thanks, Zach.
Thank you, Mr.
Yeah, thanks for joining.
All right, guys. Hey, man, nice meeting you, Zach, for sure. There he goes, back in the cave.
Yeah, I want to see. Yeah, come on.
He said, hurry up, get on that bike.
think he got this one bounced.
It is. But try to beat that.